Hi, welcome back to part 2 of our journey, exploring iconic films set against the backdrop of New York City. Get ready for more cinematic gems that will tug at your heartstrings and maybe even leave you a little shaken. From romantic tales to gut-wrenching dramas, these films capture the essence of life in the Big Apple. Hi, my name is Lena, and welcome back to my channel, Timeless New York City. So grab your snack, sit back, and prepare yourself for a roller coaster ride of emotions. Let's jump into the second decade, spanning from the early 1960s to 1969. 1961, Westside Story, directed by Jerome Robbins and Robert Wise. Starring actors Natalie Wood, Richard Beymer, and Rita Moreno, Westside Story was a modern adaptation of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, set in the streets of New York City with two rival gangs, the Jets and the Sharks. Westside Story was embraced by the public upon its release, earning praise for its innovative storytelling, powerful performances, and memorable music. The film's modern retelling of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, set against the backdrop of New York City's West Side, resonated with audiences for its themes of love, prejudice, and social conflict. West Side Story became a box office success and has since become regarded as one of the greatest musicals in cinema history. West Side Story won a total of 10 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director for Jerome Robbins and Robert Wise, Best Supporting Actor for George Chakiris, and Best Supporting Actress for Rita Moreno. Rita Moreno's historic win for Best Supporting Actress in West Side Story marked a groundbreaking moment in Hollywood history. As the first Latina to receive an Academy Award in any acting category, her achievement not only celebrated her exceptional talent, but also broke barriers and paved the way for greater diversity and representation in the film industry. I've watched this movie countless times since I was younger because it deeply resonated with my heritage, culture, and location. The original version is simply the best. 1961, Breakfast at Tiffany's, directed by Blake Edwards. Starring actors Audrey Hepburn and George Peppard, Breakfast at Tiffany's follows Holly Golightly, a young woman navigating life and love in New York City, and finds herself in romantic entanglements in this classic film set against the backdrop of the city. Breakfast at Tiffany's was warmly received by audiences and critics alike upon its release. The film resonated with viewers for its stylish portrayal of New York City's glamour and romance. The backdrop for Breakfast at Tiffany's is primarily set in New York City, showcasing the bustling streets, elegant shops, and iconic landmarks of Manhattan. The film beautifully captures the glamorous yet gritty atmosphere of the city, providing a vivid backdrop for the story's romance and intrigue. Breakfast at Tiffany's won 2 Academy Awards: Best Original Song for Moon River by Henry Mancini and Johnny Mercer, and Best Original Score for Henry Mancini. Although it didn't win any other major awards, the film continues to be cherished as a classic, known for its captivating story, memorable characters, and timeless charm. Whenever I pass by Tiffany's, this movie always inspires me to recreate the famous scene where Audrey Hepburn stands outside, gazing through the window. 1967, Barefoot in the Park, directed by Gene Saks. Starring actors Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, Barefoot in the Park is a romantic comedy that follows the newlywed adventures of Paul and Corey Bratter, played by Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, respectively. Set in New York City, the film captures the challenges and joys of married life, with the city serving as a vibrant backdrop to their escapades. The backdrop for Barefoot in the Park is primarily set in New York City, specifically in a charming yet cramped apartment in Manhattan. The film beautifully captures the energy and excitement of city life, showcasing iconic New York City landmarks and neighborhoods as the newlywed couple, played by Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, navigate the ups and downs of married life, with scenes set in Washington Park and other picturesque locations. The film provides a romantic and lively portrayal of urban living in the 1960s. Barefoot in the Park received positive reception from both audiences and critics upon its release in 1967. It was praised for its witty dialogue, charming performances, and delightful portrayal of married life in New York City. While Barefoot in the Park did not win any major awards, it received nominations and accolades from various organizations. Overall, Barefoot in the Park remains a beloved classic and is celebrated for its timeless humor, endearing portrayal of romance and city life. I can watch this movie on repeat all day long. Even though I've memorized every scene and know exactly when the laughs will come, I still burst out laughing every single time. 1968, The Odd Couple, directed by Gene Saks. Starring actors Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, The Odd Couple is a comedy film that follows the mismatched roommates, neurotic Felix Ungar, played by Jack Lemmon, and Oscar Madison, played by Walter Matthau, as they navigate the challenges of living together after their divorces. Their clashing personalities and comedic interactions provide endless entertainment as they try to make their odd living arrangement work. The backdrop for The Odd Couple is primarily set in New York City, showcasing the vibrant and bustling atmosphere of the city. The film features various locations, including the apartment shared by the two main characters, Felix Ungar and Oscar Madison, as well as iconic New York City landmarks and streets. The city serves as the perfect backdrop for the comedic interactions and misadventures of the mismatched roommates, as they navigate their peculiar living arrangement and embark on various escapades throughout the film. The Odd Couple was well received by both audiences and critics upon its release. It was praised for its comedic performances and sharp writing. While The Odd Couple did not win any major awards, it received nominations and accolades from various organizations. Overall, The Odd Couple remains a beloved classic and is celebrated for its timeless humor and memorable portrayal of friendship and camaraderie. I grew up watching reruns of the TV show, and it wasn't until my late 20s that I discovered it was based on this movie. Initially, I had a hard time enjoying the movie because I kept comparing it to the beloved show, which I considered a classic. The TV show remains one of the best portrayals of friendship I've ever seen. Over time, though, I learned to appreciate the movie for its humor and portrayal of friendship. I attempted to watch the 2015 rebooted TV version with Matthew Perry as Oscar Madison and Thomas Lennon as Felix Unger, but I couldn't quite get into it, like I did with the movie and the original TV show actors. 1968, Planet of the Apes, directed by Franklin J. Schaffner. Starring actors Charlton Heston and Roddy McDowall, Planet of the Apes is a science fiction film that follows a group of astronauts who crash land on a mysterious planet, where intelligent apes are the dominant species and humans are primitive creatures. As they struggle to survive and navigate this strange world, they uncover shocking truths about the planet's history and their own existence. Planet of the Apes is celebrated for its thought-provoking themes, groundbreaking makeup effects, and gripping storytelling. The backdrop for Planet of the Apes is primarily set on a mysterious and desolate planet, where intelligent apes reign supreme and humans are primitive creatures. In addition to the desolate landscapes and futuristic ape cities, Planet of the Apes features an iconic scene with the Statue of Liberty. This pivotal moment occurs near the end of the film, where the protagonist, played by Charlton Heston, discovers the shocking truth about the planet's history and his own existence. The sight of the partially buried Statue of Liberty on the shoreline serves as a powerful symbol of the downfall of human civilization and the ultimate revelation of the planet's dark secret. This memorable scene has become synonymous with the film and is widely recognized as one of cinema's most iconic moments. Planet of the Apes received positive reception from both audiences and critics upon its release. The film was praised for its innovative storytelling, thought-provoking themes, and groundbreaking makeup effects. Planet of the Apes received nominations for 2 Academy Awards, Best Costume Design and Best Original Score. While the film did not win any major awards, it remains a beloved classic and has left a lasting impact on popular culture. Its success led to several sequels, spin-offs, and a franchise that continues to captivate audiences to this day. To this day, this movie still haunts me. I can't visit the zoo and pass the gorilla exhibit without giving them a wary side-eye, wondering, one day you might just rule the world. 1969, Midnight Cowboy, directed by John Schlesinger. Starring actors Dustin Hoffman and Jon Voight, Midnight Cowboy follows a naive Texan hustler and a sickly con man form an unlikely friendship while struggling to survive on the streets of New York City. The backdrop for Midnight Cowboy is primarily set in New York City, particularly in the gritty urban neighborhoods of Manhattan. The film showcases the city's bustling streets, crowded subways, and vibrant nightlife, providing a raw and authentic portrayal of life in the city during the late 1960s. Against this backdrop, the film follows the journey of Joe Buck, a naive Texan cowboy played by Jon Voight, and Ratso Rizzo, a streetwise hustler played by Dustin Hoffman, as they navigate the harsh realities of survival and friendship in the city. Midnight Cowboy captures the essence of New York City during this turbulent era, portraying both its allure and its challenges with honesty and depth. Midnight Cowboy was well received by both audiences and critics upon its release. The film was praised for its gritty realism, powerful performances, and compelling storytelling. Midnight Cowboy won 3 Academy Awards: Best Picture, Best Director for John Schlesinger, and Best Adapted Screenplay for Waldo Salt. Additionally, the film received nominations in several other categories, including Best Actor for Jon Voight and Best Supporting Actor for Dustin Hoffman. Overall, Midnight Cowboy remains a classic of American cinema and is celebrated for its groundbreaking portrayal of urban life. Its poignant exploration of friendship, loneliness, and the human condition. Even now, this movie brings tears to my eyes every single time. I was captivated by Dustin Hoffman's performance and amazed by Jon Voight's acting prowess. It's a beautiful movie, just simply beautiful. Have any favorites or recommendations? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this journey through iconic New York City films. Stay tuned for part 3 of our series. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to Timeless New York City.